So very good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here is a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Today, our crypto desk would be launching a very important series and would be raising a very important concern, which is known as merchant adoption. I don't know how many people understand crypto or not, but let me first explain what exactly is merchant adoption. But before explaining merchant adoption, as I speak, BTC is around 41k. And I will not be surprised, probably BTC, Bitcoin would be going to 50k. And what I see is that Bitcoin, from 10k, it is 25k. And the next is around 50k, and then I will not be surprised if that institutional lobby will take this 200k, and our beloved JP Morgan already projected this as 146k. Super, excellent. And as we speak, I see that apart from Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and many other, they are moving in almost the same direction. In fact, something which I have never noticed, that this kind of action which is also happening, which is known as the stable coins, they are also moving up. Now I will explain stable coins in some of the later videos, but exactly what is happening now is that the predominantly cryptocurrencies, the tokens, and when I say tokens, both the fungible tokens and the non-fungible tokens and the stable coins, all are moving. They all are moving unidirectionally. Now unidirectionally means they all are moving in a one side, and we need to be very much careful in that regards, because we know that a huge mess is round the corner. Okay, now herein I would like to talk about the very important issue which is known as the merchant adoption. So guys, how is that issue related? Example, today we have many merchants across the globe. Now let me tell you, the first of all example, the big merchants like, big platforms like, I will say Amazon, I will say Netflix, and I will say Walt Disney. Although there are many guys, they are not the only one. Now guys, the question is, these together, these platforms, like you have, okay, let me take another platforms like top platforms like my favorite also along with Amazon, which is Google, and my favorite company in the world, Apple, and let me have a big gun as well, Facebook. I have deliberately taken Facebook, though I understand that somehow Facebook, due to regulators, and I'm in sync with Facebook, that regulators sometimes do not understand the kind of judgment they are delivering. But I think what big mistake Facebook did, they should have contested this. Anyways. Now what happens, let us take a simplistic example of Amazon. Now Amazon is having a payment gateway system. They are now, once you buy anything from Amazon, they have a payment gateway, and that payment gateway accept the payment, and there are multiple options: debit card, credit card, UPI, something like that. There are millions of people across the globe on the daily basis who are using Amazon. They are buying different stationery, pen, pencil, rubber, sharpener, apparels, whatnot. Now the question is that this is known as the fiat currency. Now what is this fiat currency? Now, of course, we are not paying hard cash to Amazon. We are paying the I would say the digital part of the hard cash to Amazon. which is what we are doing. Amazon is not accepting the hard cash, rather Amazon is accepting the digital cash from us using credit card, using debit cards, using UPI and various other ways, and our favorite Amazon Pay. But we are living in a world when the cryptocurrencies are shaping up. That's an unfortunate fact that many governments like Singapore government and many different governments tried really hard to have their own cryptocurrency, but to be honest and due respect, none of them end up the success like China. Chinese digital yuan started much later than Singapore, but they achieved success much earlier than Singapore. In fact, every day we are getting a lot of information about the Chinese digital yuan, and I'm sure that as 10 days from now, precisely 19th January, when the new US President Mr. Biden will take up, I'm sure there would be many. So what exactly is happening now is that cryptocurrency is moving like anything. It is going unidirectionally. There are a lot of issues is coming up in merchant adoption. So example, let's take scenario 1. It's simple. Let us take an example of a company. I don't think I need to introduce that company. And let me take my example. I'm going to Marina Bay and I wanted to buy a laptop. Of Apple. You can say as a MacBook. Suppose the price is SGD 10,000. Simplistic, I'm taking a very simplistic example. It's SGD 10,000. I will pay this money from my credit card and I pay in US dollars. They will convert this into Sing dollars. Okay, I will end up some bank charges, I understand. But here that shop person is really not worried. Why he's not worried? Because he understands that SGD is in the range of 1.28 to 1.35. This is the FX volatility. Together, Apple and this shopkeeper needs to handle. Of course, when Apple is selling in India, they are having Indian rupee volatility. When they are selling in Dubai, they are having dirham volatility, except US, whereby they are, and assuming, they are making in US, they have no volatility, except US, everywhere they have volatility. So they are handling that volatility. I'm just taking a hypothetical example. Singapore economy is in a mess and Sing dollar goes to 1.70. This will really dent the profit of Apple. Or what would if it goes to 1, which means the parity. This will also dent the profit of Apple, which will impact EPS of Apple. Earning per share. Of course, the treasury of the Apple must have hedged this position, maybe the Singapore treasury or the US treasury, but this will definitely impact the EPS. But the probability of having 1.7 to 1 is really, really low, which is fat tails. So it is very, very low. But let's take scenario 2, which is the most important scenario. In this scenario 2, let us take the same case. I go to Marina Bay and I wanted to buy a Apple product, which is laptop or MacBook, whatever you say. Suppose the charges are SGD 10,000. Okay, no problem. And let's take the shop owner is using, I'm just taking a very simplistic example, which is an hypothetical example, Visa. Okay. I go there using my credit card. I'm not using the credit card, rather I would be paying in Bitcoins. But guys, rather than paying in US dollar, I'm paying in Bitcoin, and Visa accept that Bitcoin. It's just a hypothetical example, and Visa, whatever, after some administrative charges, shared the requisite money with the seller, which is Apple. Okay. Now when I paid, Bitcoin was 41,100 US dollar per BTC. So I paid some very small Bitcoin and I got SGD 10,000. Now there are two scenarios for Visa. Number one, Bitcoin go to 60K. Number two, due to the volatility, the Bitcoin goes to 10K. Come on, guys. If Bitcoin will go to 10K, three people, Apple, Visa, and the seller, they all three hit together. This is exactly denting the acceptability of cryptocurrency merchant adoption. 2017, there was a report which is published by Morgan Stanley. I don't think I need to tell you what Morgan Stanley is. They are one of the leading investment bankers in the world. And Morgan Stanley in their report said that less than 5% of the total vendors across the globe actually are using the Bitcoin, which is probably less than 5%. To be very honest, I tried very hard on Google to find out the latest, this is 2017. I tried very hard to get to know whether this is now greater than 5% or this is lesser than 1% in 2020. But unfortunately, I not got any substantial evidence of that. In the absence, I not got any substantial evidence of that. So, not been able to comment. But if the Bitcoin will continue to be like this, 10K, 25K, now 41K, and God knows JP Morgan prediction turned true, 146K. Or Bitcoin would be like this. 35K, 25K, slowly 5K, which is univariate. Univariate means one side. It is up and it is down. 99% of the merchants will really do not adopt that because this will dent their profitability, their EPS, and more importantly, they do not know the Bitcoin which they are accepting today, how much it would be even after 1 hour. Henceforth, if Bitcoin really needs the merchant adoption, then we need the two things. Number one, it's a common sense. Let me give you an example. This is daily mining. Another issue with the Bitcoin is that if you search Google and check how many Bitcoins are mined actually every day, you get 10 different figures. And only God knows which figure is correct. You would really never get to know which figure is correct, to be honest. This mining should be reduced on a considerable basis so that the supply of the Bitcoin should be reduced. Market should have low Bitcoins. But we know that in a Bitcoin transactions, you have 4 layers. Let me write in a short way. You have BTC protocol, you have BTC software, you have BTC lobby, and more importantly, you have BTC transactions. And this lobby constitute mainly institutional investors, and now our loving VC and private equity players are also participating heavily. The only solution to this is that the mining has to be reduced, and more importantly, the governing body of the Bitcoin, although there are many permutations and combinations about the governing body of the Bitcoin, they need to create a parity or a range, which is this is minimum and this is maximum. This is minimum and this is maximum. Just like the central banks do. Until and otherwise this is not there, the merchant adoption in case of Bitcoin would be very less. In the upcoming video, we would be touching not in detail, we would be touching about 2 aspects, which is known as tokens. And we would be touching, maybe in another videos, we would be touching about the stable coins. And soon we would be touching a very important topic, which is known as the altcoins. And last but not the least, which is initial exchange offerings. If you wish to join, and by the way guys, if this is a center point, let's assume this, and this, all 4 are connected with each other in a little relevant way. If you wish to contact about our crypto desk or any other trainings, news desk and all, you're welcome to WhatsApp 9818485155. You can WhatsApp on this number. Have a great time ahead guys. Talk soon. Thank you.